What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another Kajabi video. So today, I just really wanted to quickly share with you why I use Kajabi for my email marketing. There are so many platforms out there that you could be choosing from, and many of them are dedicated specifically to email marketing. They're super powerful, very intuitive, great tools all around to use for your emails. And we know that email marketing in online business is the #1 driver of sales. So if you're not taking advantage of email marketing in the first place, then you are missing out, right? Because people, like, the stats really show that people really purchase a lot through their emails, way more than social media or through paid advertising. When they receive stuff through email, then it feels more of like a targeted invitation to take advantage of a special offer, for example. So email marketing is so important. I just wanted to share that really quickly. But why Kajabi, right? The first big reason is because email marketing in Kajabi is included within the platform at no extra cost, along with all the other features it provides. So the fact that it's integrated with the platform, it has the same branding, the same workflow, the language, the nomenclature is all Kajabi flavored. So it's all stuff that I already understand, and you will as well if you are on Kajabi or if you're considering it. It gives you a really consistent workflow that you can come to expect and become used to without having to pay anything extra for an external service. Now, I should let you know that I have used other platforms as well. I started with MailChimp when I was just starting out with my online business. The great thing about MailChimp is that I believe it's free to begin with up to 2,000 subscribers. And I kind of enjoyed this workflow. I thought it was a little bit not really intuitive because there were quite a few options. And I found the interface generally a little bit convoluted for my liking. But I couldn't complain because it was a free platform, and I was able to collect leads using it for free. But when I hit the 2,000 subscriber mark, then it prompted me to upgrade, right, naturally to continue using the service. And I can't remember exactly if I did upgrade or not, but I believe I think I did. I think I did, and I used MailChimp a little bit longer. But then kind of the limitations in terms of the workflow that I didn't find was super intuitive. And so I started looking out for different options. I was looking at different comparison videos and stuff like that. And then I came across ConvertKit. And ConvertKit looked a lot more robust than MailChimp. It looked a lot more visual, and you can drag and drop different automations and stuff like that. So I took a chance. I migrated my list over from MailChimp to ConvertKit, right? And I was on ConvertKit for about 1.5 years, I think. And so I do have to say that setting up my list on ConvertKit was relatively simple, but actually learning the platform itself took me a few weeks at least. I had to go on with the customer support, the live chat almost every day to kind of figure out what was going on. I kind of had to ask them, so is this true that this automation is now triggering this? Is this happening because of this? And the rule system was a little bit confusing to me because of how robust it is and how strong it is. And so there's just a lot more potential for confusion for someone simple like me who just wants to get up and running with their business. There were lots of moments where I was a little bit unsure, and so I had to ask their live chat, and admittedly, I was a little bit frustrated. So that prompted me to look for another platform, right? And at that time, I hadn't built a course yet, but I had my YouTube channel going, I had my videos up and running, and I was brainstorming a course. I knew I wanted to build a course, and I had already started outlining it. And so that's when I came across Podia. And Podia, I've done a couple of videos on this channel comparing Kajabi and Podia, so feel free to check those out if you're debating between those two. But when I went to Podia, the thing that instantly attracted me was the simplicity behind it and the price. It looked super affordable for what it offered, and it had email marketing baked into it as well. So Podia was one of the best experiences I've had simply because it really fit my workflow and my view of how simple is better in general. And I really appreciated how simple it made business owners' lives. I could get an email sent out within seconds simply by going into the editor, writing an email, putting in my subject line, attaching an image if I wanted to, and then sending it out. And I really enjoyed my experience on Podia. The only issue was that over time, as my audience continued to grow, and I wanted to do more things with automations and redirect people to certain places after they've done a certain action on my website, I found that Podia's email editor was starting to become a little bit limited in terms of what I wanted to do, in terms of conditions and automations and in general. So I kind of asked, Podia's live chat every so often, like, oh, how do I do this through email? How do I do this on the website? Can I do this with my courses? And more often than not, they would tell me, oh, this is not really a feature that we have yet in Podia. It's something that we'll consider for the future. Thanks for letting us know. They're very responsive, but I just didn't have as much functionality as I needed for Podia. And which kind of makes sense with the ease of simplicity and everything just being really at your fingertips and really intuitive, comes at a cost of not being robust enough, not having enough options for people who really want to grow and scale their business. You want a platform that can also handle that, right? And grow with you as you continue to scale your business. And so that's when I took a look at Kajabi and I decided that was the right platform for me, because I found Podia was the perfect stepping stone, like the foundational start for me. And so I took my entire business from Podia, ported it over to Kajabi, and then Kajabi's just allowed me to grow exponentially from there, right? And that leads us to Kajabi's email marketing, which is a little bit more complicated than Podia, but much simpler than ConvertKit and MailChimp. And so I really like email marketing on Kajabi because it strikes that perfect balance for me between being overly simple and overly complex. So if we take a quick look here, we can see that there are two options here. We have managing templates and we have new email campaigns. Templates are not something that every email service provider offers, but Kajabi does, which I think is really cool. So templates, you can actually create your own email templates, up to 25 at the moment. But this is basically where you can write an email and you can save it as a template. So for example, if you launched a product and you want to relaunch it in the future with the same email, you don't have to go back and find that email and then duplicate it, which is what you would have to do in the past on Kajabi. Now you can just select it as a template and you can create a broadcast with all of this already populated in the email. So this is like an FAQ for one of my products. This is my membership, and I can literally just create a broadcast calling it, CCC launch 5.1 or something. And it's as simple as that. But in addition to your custom templates, you can also choose from their pre-built templates for their page editors, their sales pages, their website builder, and so on and so forth. But the templates are really flexible if you want to, already pre-populate an email. You don't want to write it from scratch every single time. Almost all of my templates are sales emails templates. Okay. So anyway, go back to email campaigns. If you want to create a new email campaign, it's as simple as choosing an email broadcast. So it's a one-time email that we send manually, or is it an email sequence, which is something that's triggered after someone takes a certain action on your website, whether that be through a form or purchasing an offer or whatever. So if we take a quick look here, broadcasts very simply are just those one single emails that you send, and they are basically notated by these green airplanes. So these are saying that these have already been sent, and these are the ones that are scheduled at the moment. So if we take a look, Summer Sale 2 is my next email that I'll be sending, and I've just put in the text, and then all I need to do is put in who am I going to send it to, right? So it's not going to send to these people. It's going to send to these people who have this tag, or who do not have this tag, right? So you can edit that yourself. Let's do a quick example actually. So new email campaign, let's do an email broadcast. And then here we can choose from our custom templates up to the 25 that we chose, or we can choose from one of these templates that all look beautiful in their own way. Maybe let's just choose a super simple one. So how about Slice? Thanks for signing up. We'll just call this test email. Okay, so create. Takes a second to populate it. And then we have to basically say, who do we want to receive this broadcast? Is it all of our contacts? Is it a specific segment that you already set up? So these are different segments I've created in the past, like just the people who I want to pitch this specific product or whatever, right? But in my case, most of the time I'm going to select standard music broadcast email, but you could also create your own custom segment from scratch. So what's the filter? Well, have they joined in the last whatever? Have they visited a page on your site in the last whatever? Have they submitted a certain form? Have they opted in for your list, right? Did they complete an assessment or a quiz? Do they own or do not own a specific product or an offer, right? So there's lots of different options you can have here. But let's just say I want to send an email to someone who owns my course called Behind the Album Freedom. I click apply. Takes a second. But you can already see how simple this is. and then it will only send to the 134 people who own this product, right? So that I can save and continue. I can then create my subject line, have a preview text that shows up right underneath the subject line in their inbox, and then you can click right here to actually edit the content itself. So here's the visual parts, and then you can, change all the text in here. You can change all the colors and stuff. So it's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. But just so you know, straight up like black text on a white emails, like just regular text emails, will typically perform the best because if you have too many images, too many links, too many videos and stuff, it's going to slow down the sending of your emails to people. And people naturally like to see emails that are simple anyway and don't really look like marketing emails in the first place. They want to feel like you're sending them an actual letter and not trying to dress it up in a sleazy way, right? So anyway, let's say you're happy with that email. Then you can save and continue. Okay, so let's say test subject line, save and continue. And then you can send this email immediately, or you can schedule it for later, and then you can set the date and the time. Okay, and there you go. So that's what an email campaign looks like. The email sequences are relatively similar. Let's just say test, again, test sequence. And again, you're gonna start to choose which template you wanna use for the first email of your sequence. So let's just choose the blank template, test, create. And this is day 1, right? Or I can do day 0 if I want the sequence to send immediately after they're subscribed to it. But let's just say day 1. And what time do I want to send it? So you can select every hour. So let's just say 8 a.m. And then what's the internal title? This is what I see. So this is, I'm calling it test. And then the subject, let's just say, this course is awesome, right? And then preview text, and then I can edit my content. Let's say I'm happy with it. I can click save. And then I can go back to the email sequence by clicking test. And now it shows me that I have my first email right here. So then if I want to add a second email, let's say on day 2, I can click add new email. Again, click whichever template I want. So I can say day 2, create. Again, I can edit the functionality here. Day 2, what time do I want? Internal title, subject line, save. And now let's take a look at this email sequence. And now we have day 1 at 8 o'clock, day 2 at 10 o'clock, and you can have as many emails as you want. And again, these will be sent, or this email sequence will be triggered whenever someone takes a specific action. So when the person does one of these things, like if they purchase an offer, if they have a subscription payment that fails, then maybe I want to send them an automatic email saying, oh, double check your payments, right? It didn't come through. Or if they completed a lesson or a quiz, or if they have a certain tag. So whatever they want to do, let's say whenever they purchase this offer, and then I can choose that offer. I have tons of offers here. Let's just say it's this offer right here, one of my courses with a discount. Then they're subscribed to this email sequence, which is called test in my internal titles. And then you can also add a condition to say, only send it to this person if one of these conditions have been met, right? So if they have this offer or if they have a certain tag, then send it to them. So let's ignore that for now. We click save, and now they are subscribed to this email sequence if they purchase this course and this offer, basically. All right. So I really enjoy Kajabi's email marketing because of the simplicity. What we just went through is basically as advanced as it gets. You can also redirect people to different sequences and all of that stuff if you choose. That's certainly possible, but within the actual email broadcasts and the email sequences themselves, this is basically as complex as it gets. With ConvertKit, I basically had to drag and drop emails all over the place, and I'm a visual person by nature, but I found that it was a little bit overwhelming because there were too many options, and it didn't really make it clear all the time what was happening when something was in a certain spot. Whereas Kajabi's like if, then, and like when someone does something, then something, right? The when and then system is super clear and it makes a lot of sense. And then the condition underneath, like if they take this action, then send them that email or subscribe them to that sequence. That adds that additional layer of flexibility, but it doesn't make it complicated at all. It's really, really cool. Sure, there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but it is good to kind of get integrated with the platform, I think, and kind of learn your platform. But again, I think Kajabi's email marketing strikes that great balance between simple and not overwhelming you, but also being complex enough that it can handle multiple automations, multiple linkages to different sequences if you want, setting the different times as well, but keeping it simple enough that it looks visually attractive and people can understand it. when they're going through it, and it makes a lot of sense for the business owner as well. Just makes life a lot easier, in my opinion. So with, in addition to being integrated with the platform itself, I think Kajabi's email marketing is strong, and it can cover at least 90% of all you need to do as a business owner. I would say 90 to 95%. For me, I haven't had to do anything on the email marketing in Kajabi that I haven't been able to do yet. Everything I've wanted to do, I've been able to do with the platform. So I'm really happy about that. And I could highly recommend it as well, because at the end of the day, I think online business is all about making things simple for ourselves and creating automated systems that run in the background while we do the main things like content or, creating impact in the world. That stuff is like the forefront of creating an audience and then bringing them into our system and then letting the system in the back end do the work. And Kajabi keeps it simple enough that it allows us to do that, but it's robust enough that it allows us to do those things as well without those limitations that I found in the other platforms previously. So that's just my personal experience. I hope that makes sense. As always, let me know if you have any questions about it. But if you are interested in trying out Kajabi for yourself, they typically give you a 14-day free trial on their website. But if you want to use my link down below in the description box, you can take advantage of an extended 30-day free trial. So more than double, and there's no extra cost to you by doing that. The only thing is that it's an affiliate link. So if you become a paying member after your free trial, then part of your payment will come back to support me and the channel. Of course, there's no obligation, but if you want to support me, then that's the perfect way to do so, and you can get that extended free trial. And I also want to give you 2 bonus mini courses as a thank you for using my link. The first one is called Kajabi in 30 Days, which will walk you through start to finish how you can set your business up on Kajabi and start making money within your free trial, or even sooner if you put it into practice. And the second one is called Content Marketing for Creatives. This is the business model I'm using to put out free content into the world and then monetize it on the back end and scale my business and earn back my time. And I want to give that to you totally free as well. After you become a paying member of Kajabi, just forward me your receipt and I'll grant you manual access to that one. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one, and take care. Bye-bye.